Right, we want to hear from you. We're having a debate. David Beckham or Raheem Sterling in your England team. It's International Week. So get involved, 03 717 2233 44. We've had a couple of texts come through. This one is from Sam in Cheltenham. David Beckham was head and shoulders above most, absolutely elite and technically brilliant. I'm no Man United fan, by the way, but he'd stroll into any team today. You said that as well, Daz, and he doesn't get in Liverpool's team.
I think
doesn't get in Man City's team.
It doesn't make him worse. It doesn't make him these teams worse if he goes into the team.
Well, he doesn't get in the team.
The system, and Danny was talking about this when he was on, the systems are different now, and that the comparison is hard. If it was 4-4-2, every team, he'd walk into them. But it's so difficult to talk about. But for me, I would play David Beckham in most teams and change the system to incorporate him into the team.
There's another one here. Would Sterling have put that free kick into the top corner against Greece? No.
Oh, exactly. As
Justin
well,
in culture.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
nice.
You know, you have to give Sterling the respects that he deserves. And we're not saying that David Beckham is not a great. Yeah. He is an absolute great. But there's a lot of people that I've spoke to, friends of mine, have said, mate, they'd rather have Raheem Sterling in the side. They'd rather have him in the team because he's more effective. You know, he scores goals. He gets in the box at the right moments.
It is an era thing as well, and that's why it's difficult to judge. And this debate is a great debate to have in their prime, but the era, I don't think Raheem Sterling wouldn't have pushed England any further in any of them tournaments that you spoke about there, in my opinion, because the opposition was so good when David Beckham was playing. I think David Beckham would have been a key factor of getting England, if he was in the team now.
I think we would have been better with Raheem Sterling inside. Absolutely.
The Euros potentially.
How many times
potentially scored a lot of goals.
Crying out for a player like Raheem Sterling.
Pace.
So many.
It was what he had over David Beckham was pace. But most other things, I think David Beckham edges it.
No, I don't agree with that. But let's go to John, who's a Manchester United fan. John, good evening.
Hi guys, how are you?
I'm all right, John. I'm all right. Go on. We're having this debate. What's your take on it?
It's really difficult. I was listening to you guys then. And I was going to really say the same thing. It's really difficult to compare eras. It's like if you think back to the David Beckham era and the era before that, you'd be having the same problem comparing players from the past.
But I don't think international. We're talking about international football. I don't think international football's changed that much.
Well, I mean, if you think back to the team that David Beckham played in say 2002 in Japan, and they played the 4-4-2. And really, you want to get it out wide and get Beckham, get it into the box, or use Beckham. It's so difficult. Football's not like that anymore. It's more intricate. It's more, it's just so different. And I don't know if Beckham would. I think in David Beckham's era, the England managers were always criticised for trying to fit players into the system.
Yeah.
Rather than. And I think if you brought Beckham into today's era, you're almost falling into that trap again. Do you know what I mean? Because Sterling's more suited to this era.
Do you not think, John, that the technical ability that David Beckham had, he could have adapted to this system?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why it's such a difficult debate. Like, David Beckham played centre midfield a lot for Man United, and he could sit in centre midfield and spray balls around for England now, but it's just so difficult to...
Yeah, but if you talk... all right, so let's say this. He was on all free kicks. He was on penalties, David Beckham. On free kick. In that era where you'd say crosses and set pieces were massively important. He scored 17 goals for England, David Beckham. Raheem Sterling's played 72 games for England. He's got 18 goals. So he's still got 40 games to play before he gets near David Beckham. He played 150 games, but he scored more goals than him.
Yeah, but Beckham's job in the team was to create the goals, wasn't it? Whereas Sterling's job is what?
He was on free kicks and penalties. He was on free kicks.
He got 18 more assists though.
18.
It'd be interesting to see how many of those goals were from open play and from free kicks, to see that broken down again, That would be really interesting.
So basically, what you're saying, John, is you'd have Sterling in your side in this day and age, in this system.
So. I think so, but it's really difficult.
Yeah, it is.
I'd love them both. Put it that way.
Yeah, where would you play him though? You'd have to play Becks as a right wing back. You'd have to drop Kyle Walker, Reece James, and Trent Alexander-Arnold to put Beckham in your side?
Well, I think in today's England team, I think I would put Beckham in the middle of midfield.
Yeah.
I think England are fantastic, by the way. I think England are fantastic these days.
Oh, yeah, they are.
I think the team that Beckham played in, predominantly, all right, they were labelled as the golden generation, but I think they were vastly overrated. Vastly overrated. But I think today's England team are fantastic.
All right.
And do you know what I mean? I think Beckham in midfield in this team would do a job. But I think the team's not set up for a David Beckham out wide right. Put it that way.
Yeah.
John, thanks for your call. Brilliant. Let's go to Harry, who's a Spurs fan. Harry, good evening.
Jamie, good evening.
How are you, Harry?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm a happy Spurs fan right now.
Yeah, I know. Same. I actually called you to talk about Tottenham, but we were told to talk about Beckham and Sterling.
Well, you can talk to me about whatever you want, Harry.
Well, I'm actually sitting next to my brother, who's Jack, who is the old Leicester guy, left early doors. You probably remember him.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was actually thinking, and I was thinking what to say. It's hard to compare Beckham to Sterling. Sterling hasn't done anything as great as that Beckham free kick against Greece, right?
Right. Yeah. He scored. He scored in massive games that have got us into latter stages of competitions.
It's hard to compare when that goal would just never, ever be forgotten.
Yeah, if you think about the most iconic moments of Sterling
If you think about the most iconic moments, that goal will never, ever be forgotten. Sterling's a great player. He's done great things for Man City. But you have Beckham in a team, and that goal will never, ever... And he's done a lot of things, obviously, outside of the game now since he's retired. But that goal is the most probably...
Who's bibbing? Who's bibbing at you, H? Someone's bibbing at you.
Yeah.
I hope you're parked up on the side.
Yeah, but I'll hear it. Jack wants to say hello.
Go on, Jack. Come on, let's get Jack on.
Jamie, how are you?
I'm all right, Jack. How are you?
I did call you after the Brighton game. I told you to chill out, and now you're sitting there on national radio saying that you're all relaxed. I told you. Don't
We're
worry.
smug now.
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right.
I told you, Jamie. Don't worry. Everything will be all right.
I know. It was an easy game against West Ham, though. It was a walk in the park for us, wasn't it? It was like a training session.
Yeah, well, look, we're a top side, mate. We'll finish top four. I told you. Don't worry. We'll go next year, me and you. Anyway, Beckham or Sterling? Oh, probably Sterling.
Oh, it's close. That's how close it is.
People actually having...
I'll tell you what, I say Sterling. I tell you what, just modern football, you look at Beckham and the question is now, today, if you had two on the pitch, what player would perform better or do... You'd rather Sterling on the football pitch because you just probably would get more excited watching him.
I think you'd rather them both, wouldn't you? I think the argument with the goals... No, but the argument with the goals is Sterling plays further forward than what Beckham did in the system, so he's going to score more, and that's why Beckham will probably assist more. You'd want Beckham to be feeding Sterling at the back post, so it's such a difficult question, and we've got a lot of callers, a lot of messages coming through, and it's... You know what? It's more even than I thought it'd be. I thought a lot of people would be Beckham all day, but Sterling's getting a lot of love as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you look at the goals. He's got 18 goals and Beckham's got 17. We're going to continue this chat. 03717 22 33 44.